Hi, it's Cassie Oelberg in Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania. It's another beautiful day here. The weather is finally not too hot. The power's on. Life is good. So, we are going to do sketch one from the July virtual crop. That was a lot of fun seeing all of those beautiful pages over the weekend. And so, we're going to come over here. I'm going to use my studio. And I just want to remind you that there's a promo going on right now. So, this is a time to treat yourself special. For instance, I realized that I had sold off my own personal blue mat whenever we ran out. So I got myself a new blue mat because they're back in stock, stocked up on some tape because I always go through that. So it's a really great time to just look at what you might want to treat yourself special with, and also stock up on your pages and stuff. Because if you're buying pages and tape and it's not a promo, then that means that you didn't plan very well. So anyway, we're going to hop over and have some fun. So I have my camera kind of angled so that you can see a little bit of what's going on up here. We're going to change some sizing on the sketch, and I'm going to put it up here. You're going to kind of learn as we go. Lots of stuff is going to be happening today. So the first thing I'm going to do is deal with this border down the center. So I'm not going to use a big border punch like they did in the sketch. I am going to use this cute new border. I love it, and it goes really nice with the Ren Fair pictures I'm using. That's another thing to stock up on. If you are a Renaissance Festival person, or you are a person who likes to travel through Europe, then you may want to get 1, 2, 3, 14 of the medieval packs, because that's something you're going to need. We're going to turn this page into a double page spread, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. We're going to do it this way, and we're going to rotate it for the second page. So I'll show you that as we go, but let's start with making our punch. And I'm going to do 2 of a lot of things, because since I'm rotating it and doing the other page, I might as well just get it all done at once, right? So if you didn't see what I just did, this just pops in with your little nubs to the outside. This goes into your border maker cartridge, just like this. It's a great idea to label your things so you don't lose them at a crop. The magnet holds it down, and then this is sticking out. And then I usually do it over top of just whatever piece of cardstock I have available. That way I don't have to spend time cleaning it up. Okay, so this is going to come down this way. And in the sketch, it says to use a 2 1/4, I think. Let's look. 2 1/4 strip for here. But I'm not going to do that. I am going to do it a little bit differently, because it's a skinnier border. So we're going to get rid of this. And then we are going to take this, and we want it to have the brown shimmer behind it. That's what I think I decided to go with. Let me remember here. Okay, so I'm going to have, where's my brush? Oh, we want to do 2 of these. I just said we're going to do 2 of these each time, and then I did not. Silly me. Sometimes I really wish I could have like a sous chef right behind me to remind me of the brilliance that I come up with and then forget. Okay. There we go. And did you see how I kind of like pulled that off a little bit? I could use microtip scissors. In fact, I think I will. Sometimes our paper is just a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch variant from the actual exact. So you end up with just this little bit at the end. So you just take a second and you go like that, and it's all good. It just means it's a little bit longer. I try to notice that before I do cutting, and when I notice it before, I can just rotate my paper the other way, and then hopefully it's not that way. So now I am going to think I forgot to grab a second piece of avocado. I may need to go do that. Okay, so I want this to be avocado behind here. So I'm just going to take this, and I need it to be an eighth of an inch less than that. So right here to 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to bring this over and see if this works. So I don't want the avocado to stick out the sides, but I do want it to go behind my, so you saw how I just measured to see what could go behind there without peeking out. And that way you know how to do it for other punches, right? Because there's lots of times that you want to do this kind of a look. But all the punches are just slightly different. So here we go. Slightly different width when you cut them. So you just want to make sure you do that measurement and get it exactly how you need it. Probably could have gone even a slight hair more off, but look, that worked just fine. So now I have both of these, and now let's measure this again. It was there, so I'm gonna measure it to 1 1/8 of an inch. I'm gonna do that twice. Because remember, I'm doubling everything, because then I'm going to show you how I'm going to take this page and I'm going to turn it on its side to turn it into a double page spread. So this is just going to, I'm putting my borders together. And then I'm going to want this to go onto avocado again. Trim this little bit of avocado off the bottom. And here we go. So that was 1 1/8. So now I'm going to do 1 3/8 for, let's see, for my brown shimmer again. Oh, not brown shimmer. That was supposed to be avocado. 1 3/8 for my avocado, because I want it to be the same color as what the flowers peeking through are, right? So let's go ahead and make that happen. Trim this. Hopefully me trimming this right here on screen is letting you know that it's not just you. Sometimes this happens and the paper is just a little bit longer. And when that happens, you know, I know it's the variance. I do know, though sometimes I feel like, what? Why? But it helps to know it happens to us all. See, look, if you look, it's just ever so slightly. And I'm not even an OCD person. So, okay. So now this is going to go on my studio. So I'm going to lay my studio flat in just a little bit so that you can see it exactly. But for now, just know I'm putting it up here so that I'll be able to lay it flat and turn my pages into pages. But this is a way for me to just make sure it's exactly what I want. Yes, that was me going, hey, where's the rest of my avocado? Okay, so now I am going to cut my avocado. Let's see, did I open this all the way? I did. This is a brand new mat. I love it. It's so pretty. And I love the blue. Everybody loves whatever color they love, and they're all beautiful. But for me, I can just see the blue a little better. So we're going to take our jumbo circle, and we're just going to cut with the blue blade. Now remember, you want to try to get it kind of centered on here because this does cut 3/8 of an inch away from the outside edge of here. And you're going to put the little nubs into the groove, wiggle it, and then you just move around. And as long as you hold your shape flat, you can pick up and put your hand back down. Okay, so first we need this. And next we are going to use this for the inside part. And I am going to cut this with the green blade. I want it to be just a little bit smaller. I'm just giving it a little bit of an edge with that avocado. So nubs go in, and we're going to cut around here. Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit of magic. I love magic. Okay, this is going to get taped down. This is a lot more circles than what I usually use, and it is so pretty. It's so fun to do something different than what you normally would do. Okay, so you're just going to want to center that in there and give yourself that little tiny ring of avocado. And then, this is the magic. So if you put a circle up against the top of here, it's going to cut it right down the center. So I'm going to put it here, and since this has like lines on it, see this line? I'm going to make sure that I line it up so that my thing is in the groove, so it cuts it exactly in half, but my lines are not going to drive me crazy. See? There we go. And now I'm going to move my photos over a little. Actually, I'm just going to pull them down for now. And I'm going to throw this up onto my studio. Take my photos down for now. Oh, that came off a little tiny bit. Did not tape it enough before I cut. Okay, and then that's going to go up over here. So this way I'm getting a chance to take a look at it up here, and I will lay it flat when I'm done, like I said, so no worries there. Okay, so now I'm going to use this for my bigger circles. Look how pretty this is, and it goes very nicely with the jousting. Really like that. So let's just take this, and I need some 5-inch circles. So I'm going to use my medium-sized circle and my red blade. And I'm going to cut myself 2 of these. And I try to keep mine in a line because then I still have the other half of the paper for something else later, rather than going harem-scarum all over my paper. So there we go. And one of these is getting cut in half. So we'll go ahead and do that. And one of these, let's see, this one is going to go into a corner. So it's going to get cut. In half. And then, let's see, it's 5, so we're going to bring it over to 2.5. And half this way. So, and then this is just some extra, which we might use for something along the way. So let me just adjust this. I forgot I wanted to rotate this. So this is going to come down here. This is going to go here because we're rotating the whole page. This is going to go up in the corner. This is going to go down here at the bottom. And This will go up here on the top there. And into this corner. There we go. Okay, moving right along. So now I need the smaller circles, and those are 2 inches. They're going to be with the middle circle again on the inside with the blue blade. Notice that I put it just a little bit off the paper. This is just for conservation of paper. I mean, I know where to get more paper if I run out, but it's just a smarter way to do it because it is going to cut all the way to the inside. So see, that gave me plenty of space. So again, I can go off a little bit and still do the cut. And it's perfect. Okay, so I need 2 of those. And then I'm going to need 2 more. So I'm going to use this. It's going to go nicely with it. And I had considered using this where I had used the yellow on the big circles, but I decided I wanted something a little bit more bold. So we'll see how we love that when we lay it down to show how we can do the flipping. Okay. There we go. And let's look at our sketch. So now one of our 2-inch circles is going to go up here. And one of our 2-inch circles is going to go over here. And then these circles are going to get cut in half. So we'll bring our trimmer up again. Line those lines up again like I did before. And when it goes up into the inside, sometimes it doesn't cut all the way to the edge, and I'll show you what I mean in just 1 second. So see, that part was like stuck up in there, but it still gives me a perfect half, and it's super simple to just snip. And now these can go up on my board. Let's see, we need 1 up here. We need 1 over here. 1 here. And 1 over here. I'm going to have to get myself another packet of magnets. What a great thing to get during a promo. Yay. Okay, so now we are just down to the photos. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this flat. I'm going to tape down these elements, and then I am going to crop my photos. Because that way you guys can see exactly what I have been doing. See, this is why I need another pack of magnets. Okay. So this is going to come down. I'm going to lay it flat. I've got all my magnets here. And so what I find is fun to do is I can do some flipping if I want. Like, nope, definitely want to keep that out there. I made good choices this time. The last time I did some flipping, I discovered that I really liked the bolder side. So that's why I went a little bit bolder on this page. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do my taping, and then I can do my photos. So this is going to come over, and I want it to be over here about 1/4 of an inch in. Let's see. Quarter seems too much. I'm going to go with 1/8 of an inch in. And then this is going to come over here, and see how I'm turning this into a 2-page spread. I very rarely do a 1-page spread. It's just not my thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do this 1/8 of an inch up. And then this is going to come over here like this. grab our sketch. What did I do with it? Ah, I threw it over here. Okay, so let's tape everything down. Get this up here. Let's see, let's get that exactly at the 6 inches. It'll just make it easier whenever I go to do the other page. This is a lot of fun with circles. Okay, and then this one, I am going to tuck it just a bit. And it's going to have, oh, I'm out of tape there. Let's grab a new one. Oh, little thing of tape over here. Yeah, I'm taping this. Ah, that one's out too. I'll tell you what. Let's go to this kind of tape. What on earth was I doing? I think I was having a taping party. Okay. I keep lots of them at the ready, and they were just all dead. Okay, so this is going to, I'm going to actually turn the circle a little bit. Do you see how I gave myself a little tiny bit of sometimes whenever you're cutting, you end up with just a little hair off. So I'm going to fix that. Now I'm going to take this page. So this is what the sketch did. I'm going to rotate it for over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and rotate this because it makes it easier to visualize where everything's going. Because now I'm just going to do exactly what's here. And then I can rotate that other one back. And that way it requires less thought. And I'm all for less thought. Okay. Especially since I am using real tape. Oh, goodness gracious. So, go over here. Make sure I'm not going off the screen. There we go. This is going to go up here. So it's just a fun way to turn a single page into a double page. Go ahead and do this one right here. And now I'm going to rotate this back. So see how that just goes nicely across the page. And I've turned it into a double page spread just by rotating this and duplicating it. Plus, you get it done really fast because you're cutting both pieces at the same time. So I'm going to move my studio out of the way. It is very portable. I love this thing. If you don't have one, highly recommend you get it immediately, if not sooner. And let's go ahead and get my mat out of the way, and we'll just work on this nice desk mat. Okay, so these were the pictures I wanted to have down. Let's look at the sketch and what they have. I'll put that in front of me. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 3.5 by 5.5 photo over here. Let's see, what did I do with my trimmer? There it is. Sometimes I just start throwing stuff around like a crazy woman. So I'm going to trim it off on this side. And then I'm going to trim it off a little bit on the bottom. And then a little bit more on the top. So that's going to get matted and go there. And then this one is going to get matted and go on here. So I want it 3 by 4. Cut some off there and some off there. And I will probably add another photo. I'm going to add this one because because I feel like I have some extra space, and I am a fill the page kind of a gal. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And just because it says to do something a certain way doesn't mean you have to limit yourself. Just remember, when you're doing a sketch, it's your page. Have fun with it. Don't feel like you have to stick with, I don't do a lot of pages that have 2 photos on it. In fact, I might even add another one after this. So this one's going to go over here. Let's see what I'm going to do over here. So this one is going to be, I'm probably not going to trim this one down quite so much. I like it just how it is. So I'm going to make it a 4x5 photo. And then I'm going to trim my little owl down. I got to hold this owl. He was so cute. This was the medieval festival in England. Our daughter found it since we weren't able to go to the PA Run Fair that we go to every single year, twice a year. And we couldn't go because she was far, far away. So it was really fun that she found us this one and we all got to do that together. So let me see what other photos I have over here that I might want to add to the pages. So look, we all dress up. It's just so much fun. Let's see. I think I'm going to do this one will go on here nicely. Trim this down to 3 3/4 by 4. That can stay that way. Let's play with this. Get these ones down. I think this one's going to go up here. This is going to go over here. This is going to go there. Okay. And now I just have to map them. So pull out the handy dandy trimmer. And this one was 3.5. By 4.5. And that should give me the right map for this one. How did I get my tape all the way up there? My goodness. It's like I threw it across the room. Okay, and then this one is going to be a 4x6 mat. Let's see, I can get 6 out of it. So there we go. And 4. You really can't go wrong with this medieval paper, guys. It is so beautiful. You could use it for stuff other than a Ren Fair and for Europe, but that's what it speaks to me. So those are going to go like that. And I'm going to put my little tiny picture over here. I'm going to use some of these to do my writing. Let's see. So let's get this picture down. And this picture down. And this picture down. Wow. Wow. I just love this collection. I used it for the last virtual crop too, because I was a little crazy this past month. And I'll just be honest, no scrapbooking occurred between the last virtual crop and this one. And that is sad. But that's why I design on YouTube, right? Because it makes me do the work. So let's come over here. I'm just going to put this one up here without a mat. And then I'm going to mat these two. Yep, so this one was, what was it? 3 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to do 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. Make myself a nice big mat. So that's going to come down. And my cute little owl, who I feel like I'm good friends with now. And 4 by 5. So we're going to do 4 1/2 by 5 1/2. Woohoo, look at that. I do not have to get out another piece of cardstock. How cool is that? Okay. 4 1/2 by 5 1/2. I may add some more of these right-on stickers depending on how much I want to say. Put this one on top. And now I'm going to pull out. Look at these. These stickers are so cute. So, of course, my husband and I are nobles over here in this picture. So, of course, we need that one. Let's see. What else do we want to do? We can do chivalrous over here in the battle. Don't need any borders. I feel like we have enough going on for that. And we could use a little grouping. Let's see. The joust. Could use this. And this. And this. Let's group them together. Let's see. I feel like that's not the way I want to group them. He needs to be his own thing. I might not use this one here. Not feeling it. Okay. Well, of course, this one. There we go. There we get a grouping. And then over here, I think we're good. Trying to decide if I want to add anything else to it. I don't like to overly decorate. It's just not my thing. And there's a lot of beautiful colors happening on this page. So the only thing I might add is a few more of these, but I have to think about what I want to say. And of course, that's not something I can do on air because it requires actual thought. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this double page spread. I hope that you have fallen in love with the studio because, oh my goodness, love it. And have a great day. Thanks so much.